Hello, and welcome to a hopefully short video where I'm going to talk about some problems that I currently have personally with the game War Thunder. I've been here for about 3 years, just a little bit over, I think, if I remember. And I've been here long enough to see the downward spiral the game seems to be going in. And a lot of the other community have been able to see it too. Also the prominent YouTubers, with the bit of controversy that seems to have cropped up in the last week or so with Fly Daily and Mags and everyone giving their opinions on it all negatively and everything like that. I'd like to do it too, but from a different perspective. Like, I'm not a YouTuber, I'm just a guy who really enjoys the game. You might notice that I'm not really that good at speaking because I'm very awkward. I hate the sound of my own voice. So editing this is going to be a real chore, but hopefully I'll be able to do it in one take without screwing up. So let's get this out of the way first. I play this game practically every day. I currently can't work because of personal reasons, and to fill the time of doing other things, I play this game a lot. And I play tanks, I play planes, realistic, arcade, a bit of both, mainly arcade for modding, mainly realistic for having a bit of fun. And I've watched these modes progress and everything like that. Another thing that I'll probably be shamed for straight away is that I have every premium vehicle in the game. Now, yep, I know. That's because I don't play any other game, I just play War Thunder. And I like it so much that I'm comfortable giving a lot of money to Gaijin, in return to make this game. Pardon me. And because I enjoy it. I like flying out, unique planes and driving out unique tanks and things like that. And I really like the game. And I want to support Gaijin and give them, my money. Because I think, although they haven't made the best decisions of late, I still really appreciate them and respect that they've made a really, really good game. I don't think anyone else sees it that way, apart from me, but I appreciate them because they've, this game has helped me from getting excruciatingly bored and depressed or whatever. But recently it hasn't been as fun, I've found. And mainly because a lot of my friends who I play this game with are leaving. They've played the game for years, like almost since I started, and they're just leaving because they can't handle it anymore. Because, the battle ratings and the decisions that have been made that really just screw up their experiences. I personally don't find it a problem, because I'm stuck with this game now. I've spent too much money on it to just let it stagnate. But yeah, it's just not nice. Like, I've played a few games today, and every 2 out of 3 games I play on the EU server, which is what I play on, someone in chat complains about something wrong with the game. And that's not good, obviously, but that shouldn't be the case. So I saw all of that, and I saw all the videos people made, and I thought I might as well give my opinion from a different perspective. Because I'm not a YouTuber, as I said, I'm just a dedicated player who really likes this game. And this isn't going to be about the problems I have with the game personally. I'll probably do other videos on those later on if this gets adequate reception or whatever. But I don't really expect that, but still, I want to make this video because I'll get something off my chest. I want this to be about how to fix these problems. Because I don't want War Thunder to be a sinking ship. I don't want Gaijin to think, okay, we're losing a lot of the player base, let's just scrap ships, scrap all that, we'll just pump out loads of premiums and extra updates, and leave it. Get as much money as we can and go. I don't want anything like that to happen. Obviously I doubt that will happen, but I don't want it to, even as a slight possibility. What I think Gaijin should do to fix this, to fix the problems that are present in the game, is the next update. Maybe the one afterwards, because I imagine the current update is in development already. But what they should do is get a group of people, maybe 20 people who play this game a lot, much like myself, not saying myself because I'm terribly awkward with talking to people, so I probably wouldn't be good for it, but get people who play this game a lot, who've been here for a while and know the problems with the game, to talk and discuss the biggest problems with the game. So, certain vehicles being unplayable, certain battle ratings, certain map problems, anything like that. And they can decide on these problems with the tech team and people with Gaijin. And then Gaijin can put it on the launcher, stuff like that, make a poll directed to everyone in the community, all the players and everything, saying these are the biggest problems we found that people have been not unhappy about. So we want you to vote on which one of these problems you'd like fixed the most. Like, every player can have one vote on what they think needs to be fixed. And then in the next update, Gaijin can fix these problems. How could that go wrong? Because all of the players who've left because they don't like the way the game's gone probably come back to give it a go. If the update is advertised as an update that fixes all of the big problems everyone has, they're all going to come back. That's going to up the player base. And I remember one of the posts saying it takes about months to create a vehicle, like create an asset like that. It wouldn't even take a quarter of that time, I think, to fix some of the battle rating problems. Even if it's just switching it around. Like, I know a lot of people want it scrapped, but for the meantime they can fix it to a degree where it's playable for some people. Excuse me. Namely, things like British jets, for example, at the moment. If you're a new player who's grinding up the tree, like, oh, I really want a jet, I really want to try these out, you get to the Meteor Mark III, and you think, oh, this is going to be great, I'm going to go up against ME-262s and things like that, as the plane probably should. But instead, they're finding themselves in a stock plane tiered up to MiG-17s and things like that. So a new player that's just come into jets is going up against people who have the best jets in the game, and you're probably quite experienced in playing them. So this player, hypothetically, of course, isn't a real player, of course, has progressed all this way, really excited, gets clubbed to shit in this plane, and he's thinking, oh, I've put so much work in, I'm really excited to do that. And now what? He's going to leave. Either stop playing the game because he's so annoyed, or go back to something else. Like, imagine if he'd boosted that research to get up there to the point where he's getting clubbed over and over and over again. And it's things like that that are driving their player base away, and these are things that can easily be fixed. And it wouldn't even take... well, it wouldn't take as much effort as creating like a new vehicle. Although maybe changing the battle ratings around or changing the way that the game works on a level of matchmaking would be a lot difficult, over creating a new engine or something like that. But it would be really, really worth it. Because a lot of players, I think, would rather have the game fixed than have a heap of new content. Like, I'm one of them. Like, I'm a kleptomaniac, especially with this game. Probably why I've bought all of the vehicles, because I'm a moron. But regardless of that, I think this is what the game needs. Because there used to be so many people playing it. I remember a lot more than what there is now. I check now and load up my game, but my computer will get really loud and the fan will be annoying, so I can't. But I imagine there's about 20,000 people on. And that's not what this game deserves. Another thing, it would probably help the PR with War Thunder. Because what I've noticed, especially with War Thunder, that's not like other games, is how people talk about problems with the game. Is in other games they might say, oh, well, this game's really stupid, they've added this feature, that's really bad. But in War Thunder, they don't blame the game, they blame the dev team. So they're like, oh, it's Gaijin screwing it up. Like, it's just the way it's directed, if you get me, if it makes sense. So it's all directed towards the devs, because the player base, like, I can't speak for them, but from what I've seen, the player base does not really like the development team for these decisions they've made. Like, I know a lot of people have spoken about the statistics being either non-existent or fabricated to a degree or whatever, and they're just a bit, they're not on good terms. So if Gaijin were to come out and say, right, we know we've made some mistakes, but we're going to fix them all in the big update. Here's how you can help. So everyone's kind of getting back into it together in a way, and they can figure out all these problems, get all the people who know what the problems are. I guess YouTubers as well, some of those community members, because they have access to a large following as well. And if they were to tell their subscribers, like, hey, we're all teaming up with Gaijin to fix these issues, let me know what I should put forward. This can only benefit everyone. And I think it's really what Gaijin needs. That's really what this game needs, and I think it'll make everyone a lot happier. Most of this has probably been me rambling, and I'm really sorry about that. It's quite late, and I'm still really awkward about doing this because I'm not really that confident with it at the moment. But hopefully I'll get into the swing of it a little bit more and maybe come up with a few ideas about anything. Actually, I'll do it now. Just because I'm probably going to put off doing another part for the rest of my life. So, matchmaking. What I think they should do at least, it's just an idea that I've had over the last few days. I was thinking it over. Don't have BRs, don't have ranks, but have vehicle sets. So either based on years or vehicles that can be matched against one another, that's not, to a ridiculous degree. So sets, like sets of certain vehicles that can only see certain other vehicles. So you know what you're going up against, and you're not getting up-tiered every single game. So the way I describe it is how the historical events used to be, and the current tank simulator events. So they have sets like those. Those will be the sets that are used instead of the battle ratings. So in arcade or realistic, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see those tanks, and just those tanks. Planes as well, I guess. Well, obviously. But I think that would really work, because it's easier to switch it around if there is an inconsistency, like one tank's clubbing. Just move that tank to the next bracket. That's what I think would help the battle rating terms. Another thing that I found, personally, is playing bombers in realistic. It's really unrewarding and really horrible to grind through. Like, with the 100% booster for the Thunder League, I was like, I might as well grind out my bombers because I neglect them a lot because I just don't find them fun. I got clubbed by AA and Yak 9Ts and everything like that before I even got to the bombing points, and it's just not fun. So what I'd suggest with playing bombers is give them a different spawn. So bombers start above the airfield just about, and then go into the battlefield from there. Why not spawn them from like another part of the map, which sort of guarantees them to get to some ground targets or bombing points before the fighters can get them? Because some planes, like the Sterling, can't climb because there's a really bad climb rate. Fighters are going to beat it to whatever it's going to bomb, and it can't go low because it's too slow to get to a point before the fighters can get there either. So the way to fix that is to, well, one, give it a proper battle rating, or a bracket, if they take up that idea, or give them a spawn that's closer to the ground targets itself, or bombing points. Now, I guess to compensate, buff the HP of the bombing points a bit so bombers don't club. But in my experience, 1 out of 50 games is won by bombers. They're not useful, and they're just not fun to play. When some players, granted, are really good in bombers, I've met a lot of people. One of my friends, actually, he only plays bombers, and he's really, really good at it. But he still rarely wins games. And, yeah, sorry for rambling and going on like that, but this is what I think will help the community as a whole, and I'd really like your guys' opinion on it and what you think. Like, obviously everything I've said's not great, not gospel or anything like that, but I think it could help, and I want to hear your guys' input as well, and maybe if we could get this to Gaijin or any people like that, just to see what they think. I mean, I don't expect this video to go far at all, because I'm a nobody. I'm just a voice. But I love this game, and I want to help it succeed. So I've made this video to try and help that. Okay, thank you for your time. I'm Tom, or Oxygen Thief. Goodbye.